Hi, I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to talk some more about goals. This is still that time of year where hopefully we're really focused on the goals for the new year, and I want to talk about creating time for those. So let me do a little quick screen share here. Okay, so let's talk about making time for your goals. We're going to talk about making time, carving out time in your schedule. We're going to end it with a little bit on time pockets as well. So it's not about having time, it's about making time. And we've all got the same amount of time, right? 24 hours, but we're trying to do a lot in that 24 hours. Chances are good you're trying to work, hopefully get some exercise. I'm hoping you're trying to get some good sleep. That could be one of those things that we cut short when we are trying to get a lot in a day, and that's not healthy. Time with family, time taking care of your home, time eating and cooking, and the list goes on, volunteering, activities with your kids. So that 24 hours has a lot going on, right? So how can you work some goals in on top of it? How do you make some time? Let's look at it. Be intentional about creating time. So that means you have to really know what you want to do, and you have to be intentional about working those goals in and not just leaving it up to chance and hoping that it gets done. Be specific about what your goals are so that you know exactly what you need to work on and what you need to do. So make sure your goals are clear and concise. If you're working with SMART goals, you know that means specific, right? So not just a general goal, but very specific on what you want to accomplish. Be sure that you make a list of the steps that you need to take to complete your goal. I've been doing that a lot lately. So when I have something that I need to accomplish even on my to-do list, and it's like, oh, this task is kind of long, I've been just writing down the steps so that I can just check, check, check. And it makes it feel smaller, not so overwhelming. It makes it feel like I can accomplish it and just go right on through that checklist. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So you're not taking on the whole thing, you're making it smaller, you're chunking it up, and just getting a little bit done at a time. And in the end, you will reach your goal. When it feels too big, when it feels like the whole elephant, sometimes people just give up. They're like, I don't know, it's too much. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. So putting some thought into it, being concise and clear, creating those steps will be huge for reaching your goals. Carve out time in your schedule. So maybe you have to put a little reminder in your calendar that you're going to work on your goals every Tuesday for 30 minutes or whatever it might be. Maybe it's 10 minutes a day. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what they look like, but just being very intentional with your time. It's time to start looking at time wasters because you may feel like, I just don't have enough time. I mean, look at all those things we've already talked about that you might be trying to accomplish in a day. But there might be, very likely there is, some time that you are wasting. So what might that look like? Social media. It's very easy to go down that social media vortex, right? You get on there, maybe you're going to do a post for your business or a personal post, and suddenly you're looking at pictures, you're watching videos, you're reading news articles. I have done it myself. Suddenly 2 hours has gone by, right? And that's time, even just 30 minutes of that could have been working on your goals. Socializing. There's nothing wrong with socializing. We need to stay connected, but it could be excess, where you're just texting and texting, sending Marco Polos, FaceTime, talking on the phone, and you're doing that at the detriment of working on your goals. Okay. If you're working from home, I've heard this a lot from people who work from home. When they're home, they just get sidetracked, especially business owners. I think people who are working for someone else and getting paid maybe are a little bit better about this, but business owners, if they're kind of just not sure what they're going to work on, they'll maybe go start cleaning the house, running errands, and getting distracted, and suddenly they're not accomplishing things at their desk. TV. I am old enough to remember when you watched your TV show and you waited for the next week. And then you watch the next episode. Now you can go episode after episode after episode, Hulu, Netflix, going on a marathon. So suddenly you could be spending 3 hours just sitting, relaxing, and now you've spent 3 hours in front of TV where maybe just a half an hour or an hour of that time could have went toward your goals. How about meetings? Those can really be a time suck, and sometimes they're not necessary to involve 4 or 5 people. Is there something that you could accomplish by just working one-on-one with somebody and maybe you knock it out in 10 or 15 minutes? It's not always practical. I get it. You have to have group meetings, but just being very intentional about analyzing, do you need a whole meeting with everybody, or is this something that can be taken care of quickly, one-on-one, through an email, through a video, whatever? Okay. You might need to remove some things from your schedule. This is a great time to go through your schedule and figure out where you're spending your energy. Do you like it? Do you want to be there? Do you want to be doing it? Is it time to let something go and let somebody else take over? Or maybe it's time to just delegate some things. Could be time to say no. We've talked about this before in another video, but it might be just time to say, I have to stop taking on so many things that people are asking me to do so I can focus on what I want to do. So a good little benchmark I always use for myself, am I saying yes because I want to do this or because I feel obligated? If it's because I feel obligated, then it's a really good indicator that this is really when I should be saying no, if I can. It's not always an option, but if you can. Create your to-do list in the evening. I have found that extremely helpful. I even go as far as using a little notepad that's just from the dollar spot at Target Monday through Sunday and jotting things down that I want to accomplish each day. If I get something done quickly, I can even grab something from a future day. But just really being able to hit the ground running when I sit down in my office because I already have a plan. I'm not sitting down wondering what I should be working on. And then remember that eat the elephant, the small steps, the small bites. You know, if you have this big goal and you're trying to just do big steps, again, you might give up. So it is a great thing to do to just work on the small steps and see yourself rise up to the top to reach those goals. All right, we're just about wrapping it up here. When you're working on your goals, this is a great time to turn off the interruptions, go to airplane mode, no email, no phone, no social media. I know you can't do that all day long, but even if it's just for a short period of time so you can work with focus and not be, you know, sidetracked, going down rabbit holes and just working with focus. And we'll wrap it up with time pockets. What are those? Those little opportunities that you have when you're waiting for something else. So you might be waiting that 5 minutes for a Zoom call to start. It could be that you're, you know, sitting in your car because you're 10 minutes early for an appointment. And so having a list of things that you can knock out in just a couple of minutes when you have these time pockets can help you just get some things out of the way so then you can focus on your goals with more clarity and focus when you have a longer period of time. So just fill in some little time pockets to knock some things off your list. All right, to wrap it up, make sure your goals are very specific, concise, break those goals into steps, make them small, eat that elephant, and then manage your time effectively so that you have time to focus on these goals and actually start checking those off your list as well. And you will feel so good when you accomplish your goals. So I know you can do it. If you do have any questions, if you ever need help, I do specialize in residential and business organizing, also productivity services, so time management, and I can do that in person or virtually. And I hope you have a great day.